Today we shall learn about the ionization constant if we multiply the molar concentration of H plus ion into molar concentration of OH minus ion. Next we are going to study about the ionization constant for a weak electrolyte. Calculate the pH of 0.01 molar H2SO4 by assuming complete dissociation. Hello my dear students, welcome back to session 8 on the chapter Equilibrium. Last class we studied about ionization of acids and bases and we learnt about the Ka and Kb values, isn't it? And we also learnt about pH and pOH of the solution. Today we shall learn about the ionization constant as well as some of the numericals we shall solve. So first we will see, now this is an important question, that is, show that pH plus pOH is equal to 14. So this is a very important question from the exam point of view. Last class I had told you all, if we multiply the molar concentration of H plus ion into molar concentration of OH minus ion in a solution, it will be equal to 10 to the power minus 14 at 298 Kelvin. Correct? Now, for the same equation, I am going to multiply on both the sides with negative logarithm base 10. Okay? So, taking minus log 10 on both the sides. So, what will happen is, it will become minus log 10 H plus ion into OH minus ion is equal to minus log 10 10 to the power minus 14. Now, we know some of the rules of log or formula. Log A into B, I can write it as log A plus log B. Correct? So, I have now in the same form log A into B. So, I can write log H plus ion into log of OH minus ion. Correct? So, I have written my negative sign, I have kept it outside. So, it is log 10 H plus ion plus log base 10 into OH minus ion. Now, minus into this is plus, so it becomes minus. So, negative logarithm of H plus ion plus minus into plus, it's again minus. So, minus I have written, okay, plus is retained as it is, minus log of OH minus ion, and this portion if you see, that is again one more law, that is log of A to the power B is B log A. Okay, so you have log of 10 to the power minus 14. So, minus of minus 14 log base 10, minus into minus it becomes plus, and log 10 value is always equal to 1. Okay, so this will be equal to 1. And what is negative logarithm of H plus ion called as? It's called as pH. Negative logarithm of OH minus ion is called as pOH, and this is equal to 1. So, it is equal to 14. Thus, proved pH plus pOH is equal to 14. Correct? So, what we are doing? At 298 Kelvin, we know that H plus ion into OH minus ion of a solution is equal to 10 power minus 14. We have to take negative logarithm of base 10 on both the sides. Then we will get negative logarithm of H plus ion plus negative logarithm of OH minus ion is equal to 14 into log 10. That is by applying these rules. Then negative logarithm of H plus ion is pH, negative logarithm of OH minus ion is pOH, and log 10 is 1. So, it becomes equal to 14. Okay. So, this is one of the important questions which can be asked for 2 marks. Okay. Next, what do we have? What is pKa of a solution? We learned what is pH, what is pOH. We also learned last class what is Ka, that is dissociation constant of a weak acid, and dissociation constant of a weak base, that is Kb. Correct? So, what is pKa of a solution? That is, it is the negative logarithm to base 10 of ionization constant of a weak acid. So, pKa is negative logarithm of Ka value. Okay. Larger the value of Ka, smaller will be the value of pKa and stronger will be the acid. So always remember, for a strong acid, okay, Ka value will be large and pKa value will be low. Okay. Similarly, what is pKb of a solution? It is the negative logarithm of ionization constant or the dissociation constant of a weak base. That is, pKb is equal to negative logarithm base 10 Kb. Okay. Here also, larger the value of Kb, smaller the value of pKb and stronger is the base. Thus, for example, you see pKb value of P and Q. There are two bases, okay, P and Q. P value is 2.8. For Q value is 6.2, which is a strong base. See, they have given pKb. Lower the value of pKb, stronger is the base. So, 2.8 who has? P has, correct? So, P is a strong base because it has got low value of pKb. Okay, so this is how we can judge which is a strong base or a strong acid, looking into the Ka value or the pK value or Kb value or the pKb value. Okay, next we'll see one more proof that question is there or show that question is there. Again, this is also very important. Okay, pKa plus pKb is equal to 14, that is also equal to pKw value. Okay, so what is it? We know that yesterday I told you all at 298 Kelvin, Ka into Kb, okay, that is dissociation constant of a weak acid and a weak base. If I multiply, I'll get the ionic product of water, that is Kw, correct? Now I'll take the same way, both the sides I'll multiply into negative logarithm base 10. So I'll get it as minus log 10 Ka into Kb is equal to negative logarithm of Kw, and Kw value is 10 to the power minus 14, correct? Ionic product of water Kw is equal to 10 to the power minus 14 at 298 Kelvin. So instead of writing Kw, I have also written it as 10 to the power minus 14. Okay. Now, what we are supposed to do here? Again, same formula. Log A into B is log A plus log B. So, log A plus minus log Kb, correct, is equal to negative logarithm of Kw, which is equal to minus 14 log base 10 of 10. Okay. So, what is this rule again? Log A to the power B is B log A. So, what it will become? Minus 14 into log 10. Okay. So, minus into minus it becomes plus, which is 14. And what is this? Negative logarithm of Ka is pKa. Negative logarithm of Kb is pKb. Negative logarithm of Kw is pKw, which is equal to 14. Thus, proved. Okay. So, always remember, you know something at 298, this is the value. For that one or that relationship you know, for that you put the negative logarithm, then you will get it into the form where you can write it as pKa, pKw is equal to, pKa plus pKb is equal to pKw. Okay. So, this is how the questions can be solved. Next, we are going to study about the ionization constant for a weak electrolyte. So, we will consider a weak electrolyte Ba. Okay. So, what is it? Ba is a weak electrolyte. So, partial dissociation will happen to give B plus ion and A minus ion. So, this can react back to form or to come into the state of equilibrium to form Ba molecules. Now, initially, okay, let me consider there are C moles of Ba molecules and B plus and A minus is not yet formed. Okay. After some time, alpha is the degree of dissociation which I will consider. So, how much of the dissociation is taking place? So, I will consider out of C moles, C alpha moles of Ba is dissociating. So if C alpha moles of BA is dissociating, C alpha moles of B plus should be formed and C alpha moles of A minus should be formed. So at equilibrium, what will be there? So at equilibrium, okay, out of C moles, C alpha moles dissociated. So what will remain is C minus C alpha, correct? I am writing the concentration of the reactants and products which is remaining at equilibrium, okay? So out of C, C alpha dissociated, so remaining will be C minus C alpha, correct? And how much of B plus was formed? C alpha moles. How much of A minus was formed? C alpha moles. So for this one equation, if I put the equilibrium constant K, that is by applying law of mass action, I'll get molar concentration of B plus into molar concentration of A minus divided by molar concentration of BA. Correct? So what is the concentration of B plus at equilibrium? C alpha. I've written here. A minus is also C alpha. And what is concentration of BA? It is C minus C alpha. Now here, if I multiply, I'll get alpha square into C square, and common is C. I've taken out and 1 minus alpha. C is common in both. That's why it's taken out. Now here 1 C and this C gets cancelled. So K will be equal to alpha square C by 1 minus alpha. This is the ionization constant of a weak electrolyte. Okay. Like this we can write for weak acid. I can write it as Ka is equal to alpha square C by 1 minus alpha. H plus ion concentration I can write it as C alpha, and H plus ion concentration I can also write it as square root of Ka into C. We can also write the degree of dissociation alpha is equal to square root of Ka by C. Okay. Similarly, for weak bases, I have to write Kb is equal to alpha square C by 1 minus alpha. OH minus ion concentration is square root of Kb into C, and degree of dissociation I can write it as Kb by C. So that's about the ionization constant for weak acid as well as the weak base, and also we learnt about the degree of dissociation. Okay. Next we have the numericals. I explained to you all about the formula to calculate pH. Now in this problem, I'll have to calculate the pH of a particular solution. Here they have given the molarity of an acid, okay, HCl. I need to calculate the pH. So first we will see what is the formula, okay. pH is equal to negative logarithm of H plus ion. Now I have the acid molarity. How do I know the H plus ion concentration? That is, here this is HCl. It will dissociate to give H plus ion and Cl minus ion, and it is a strong acid. So if I have 0.001 molar HCl, then everything will dissociate to give 0.001 molar H plus ion. So my H plus ion concentration is 0.001, which I can also write it as 1, 2, 3. So it is 10 to the power minus 3 I can write it as. Correct? Yes or no? It is 10 to the power minus 3. So I'll have to put in this formula. pH is equal to negative logarithm of 10 to the power minus 3, which is minus 3 log 10. Now how did I get this? That is, I use the rule, that is log a to the power b is b log a. Okay. So when I use this rule, I'll get it this way. So minus 3 log 10. Minus into minus, it becomes plus 3. Log 10 is 1. Value is 1. Okay. So pH is equal to 3. So this is how we solve this. Now you might ask me, ma'am, every time log 10 won't come. No. If I get some other value, how will I look into the log table? So I shall explain how you have to use your log table to find out the log values. Okay. So first I'll tell you the rules just like this. Log A to the power B is B log A. I can also write log A into B as log A plus log B, and I can also write log A by B as log A minus log B. So these are the three rules which you need to know to make your solving a problem much easier. Okay. Now, for example, I want to calculate the log value, log of 2.532. Okay. Now, these numbers are called as mantissa, and before the point what you have, it's called as the characteristic. Now, before the decimal point, I have only one number. So, your log value will be 0 point. Okay. Now, for example, if it was log of 25.32, then your log value would be 1 point. That is, before the decimal point, I have two numbers. So, your log value will start 1 point and then the 4 numbers. So, here it is 0 point, then the 4 numbers. Now, what are these 4 numbers? What I am talking about? That is, see, I use these 4 numbers without the decimal point. If I read, it is 2532. And this also is 2532. Now, how do I look into the log table to get the log values of this? That is, have your logbook handy. So, this is the log table which you can see in your Clark's book or Clark's table or logarithmic table which you have it with you. Correct? And it is not just stopping at 30, it will go continue. I have just put for you all to understand. Now, my numbers, what do I have? I have 4 numbers, that is 2, 5, 3, 2, or I have 2.532. So, my number before the decimal point, this is the log value I need, log of 2.532, correct? So, before the decimal point, I have one number. So, my log value will start as 0 point. Now, 2532, I have to take first two number 25, okay, under 3. So, I have to see, this is under 0, not this, under 1, not this, under 2, not this, under 3. So, this will be my value, okay. So, 25 under 3, 25 here, first two numbers on this end you have to see, your left hand side, okay, and the third number you have to see above here, this row you have to see. So, 25 under 3, when I come, I match, see 25 under 3, I got this number, 4031. Now, last number is 2. So, what I have to do is, this 2 I have to see in mean difference. But where mean difference, so many numbers I have. So, 25 along I have to go and see under 2. This is the 2. Mean difference is 3. Value is 3 there. Okay. So, I take this 4031 and I'll add 3 to this. So, I'll get it as 4034. And these 4 numbers, I have to write it after my decimal point. So, this is the log value of 2.532. Got it? So, I hope you have understood this. Now, I have this number 25. For 2532, I have this number 4034. Correct? 4034. That is 25 under 3, I got one number. Mean difference under 2, I got one number. I added that, I got 4034. Correct? So, this particular number, again I can use it for my next type of log value. That is, here I told you all, log of 25.32 is 1.4034. This is 0.4034. So, what number is there before the decimal point depends on where exactly is your decimal point which is placed or the number of digits before the decimal point will tell us about this number. Okay, so here before the decimal point only one digit, so my log value started from 0. Here before the decimal point I had 2 digits, so it started from 1. Okay, now you might ask me, ma'am, if it is 3 digits, what? Log of 253.2, that is 2.4034 only is the value. Okay, so these 4 numbers what I have used to see the log is the same in all the 3 examples. So this is one way of looking into the log. So different ways I shall just explain as I am going to the classes. So we'll see the next problem. Calculate the pH of 0.01 molar H2SO4 by assuming complete dissociation. So what do I have? I have H2SO4, which if it dissociates gives me 2H plus ion and SO4 2 minus ion. Now this molarity is 0.01. So I will get 0.01 molar into 2 I have to do, because for I have 2 ions which will be given when one molecule dissociates. So molarity into 2 I have to do, because 2 ions of H plus ion I get for every molecule of H2SO4. So the molar concentration of H plus ion is equal to 0.02 molar, which is nothing but, I'll move 2 points, I'll get it as 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 molar. Okay. Now, pH value or formula, pH is equal to negative logarithm of H plus ion. So, pH is equal to negative logarithm of 2 into 10 to the power minus 2. Correct? So, what I will do? pH is equal to, so here it becomes minus, I am keeping it outside, log 2 plus log 10 to the power minus 2. Okay. Now, log A to the power B is B log A. So, I will again write it as minus, I will keep it outside, log 2 plus minus 2 log 10. Okay. So, now log 2 value I need to find out. How do I look into the log 2 value? Now, when I am telling log 2, it is nothing but, see, log 2 means it is 2.0. It is 0 after 2. So, my value will be 0.20. There is no other number. So, I have to look under 0. So, 20 under 0. What is the number I am going to get? We shall see 20, okay, under 0. So, this is the number 3010. So, that is log 2 value. So, what will be the log 2 value? It will be 0.3010. So, I hope slightly you have understood how exactly to look into the log values. Correct? So, this log 2 will be, I'll continue here, negative sign, 0.3010 plus minus 2. Log 10 is 1. I told you all. Correct? So, this is into 1. Okay. So, now minus 0.3010, minus into minus, it becomes plus 2. So, 2 minus 0.3010 is, so I'll get 1.6990. So, this is the pH value. Okay. So, for now, what I have explained about the log table, try to recall, try to get different types of values for different types of numericals. Okay. More numericals we shall solve in the next session. Okay. So, next I am going to teach you all about the salts. Now, what are salts? These are substances that are formed by combination of acids and bases. Okay. So, when acid and a base react with one another, salt and water is formed. Correct? So, acid plus a base always gives salt and water. Now, there are different types of salts. For example, see, when the strong acid and a strong base react with one another, the type of salt which is formed is a neutral salt. For example, NaOH plus HCl, both are strong, so you will get NaCl, which is a neutral salt. Okay. Now, if the acid is strong and the base is weak, which is strong here? Acid, correct now? So, your salt also will be a little acidic. For example, HCl is a strong acid and ammonium hydroxide is a weak base. So, you are going to get ammonium chloride, which is an acidic salt. Okay. Next one, if you take a weak acid and a strong base, weak acid and a strong base, which is strong base. So, the salt which is formed will be basic. So, here you can see weak acid is acetic acid, strong base is NaOH. So, you are going to get CH3COO Na. Sodium acetate is a basic salt. Okay. Now, if we are taking a weak acid and a weak base, then the salt formed is a neutral salt. For example, weak acid acetic acid, weak base ammonium hydroxide. So, you will get ammonium acetate, which is a neutral salt. Okay. So, this is the different types of salts which you can get by reaction of an acid and a base. Okay. Next is hydrolysis of a salt. Now, what is the meaning of hydrolysis of a salt? You take a salt and mix it with water. Then the cation or the anion will react with water to produce acidic or basic solution. That is called as salt hydrolysis or hydrolysis of a salt. So, taking a salt and when you mix it with water, it will react the cations and the anions of the salt, either of one or both. It can be either cation reacting or anion reacting, or both cation and anion reacting with the water to form acidic or basic solution. Then we call it as hydrolysis of a salt. For example, if we are taking an acidic salt or a basic salt, or we are taking the salt which is formed by weak acid and a weak base, then these will produce acidic or basic solution. For example, salt plus water gives acid and a base. For example, Ma is the salt, okay, H2O water. It will dissociate to form M plus ion and A minus ion. M plus ion can react with water to form MOH and release H plus ion, see cation. It takes up OH minus ion. So, what will be there? It will form MOH, a base, and H plus ion is liberated. So, when H plus ion is there, we call it as a weak acid. So, Ka value I can find out. Correct? Now, A minus is a base, takes up H plus ion, which is an acid. Okay, A minus takes up H minus ion and gives away what, or leaves away OH minus ion as it is. So, it becomes a basic solution and you can find out Kb. So, if Ka is equal to Kb, now I have Ka value as well as Kb value. It is in the same solution. I take the salt and add to water, acid is also formed, base is also formed. Okay. Now, Ka value is equal to Kb value, then the solution is neutral. Okay. If Ka value is greater than Kb value, then it is acidic. If Kb value is greater than Ka value, then it becomes basic. So, it depends on what is the Ka and Kb value of the solution of the acid and the base which is formed when a salt is mixed with water. Okay. So, that's about the hydrolysis of salt. So, pH of such solution in which salt you are taking and mixing with water, you can find out the pH by using this formula. That is 7 plus half into pKa minus pKb. You can get the pH of the solution which is undergoing hydrolysis of a salt. Okay. So, if pKa is greater than pKb, then pH will be greater than 7 and the solution will be basic. Remember, pKa and Ka, pKb and Kb are inversely proportional. So, pKa is greater than pKb, then it is leading to basic solution. If pKa is less than pKb, then it will lead to an acidic solution. So they are inversely proportional is what you need to remember. Okay. So that's about the hydrolysis of salt. Next class, we'll be learning about buffer solution and we will solve some of the numericals. Keep your logbook ready, calculator ready for the coming class. Okay. So thank you, my dear children. Stay tuned, stay updated.